everyone,
Welcome
and
to,
welcome to what? Jesus!
wait, you're doing it. If
You're
you're
doing
doing
it.
it,
Am I
no,
doing
no,
it?
no, no, no. If you're doing it, go ahead, go ahead.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Sick Minds of Matt and Eric. I'm Matt. As with me, as always, is my good buddy Eric. Whatever.
You gotta do the whole thing, man. Like you can't just be like cutting off in the center and be like, oh, now you can take over. Obviously, I'm Eric.
I literally just said,
It's
"My
really
good
chill.
buddy." Always do that, and you just completely ignored it.
I should just pretend like I was frozen, but then I would have to wait for these cats to stop moving too.
and that's impossible.
Uh, Man, we didn't do anything this week, but you know what? That's okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I can
how
definitely hear
did we get,
myself,
man?
but
I feel like we keep doing this. We need to pick a day, and we could just do it.
well, it
Just
was
make a
Sundays,
fucking episode.
and then sometimes we don't do anything on Sunday.
Okay.
But it's
Do you want to do something Sundays?
yeah, like after
Okay.
softball, that's when we usually play whatever games we're playing. But either something always comes up.
It's crazy. But yeah, no, man. Like, we'll start doing it Sundays every week, consistently. That way we can just get on a fucking rhythm. But what have you been up to? I know you already know that I have been dabbling with some bass stuff because I want to learn how to play bass.
I have been playing Final Fantasy 16. That is literally all I have been playing. I thought I was getting close to the end of the story, but I looked something up and it's like, yeah, this mission is the mid-game point. So I'm mid-game.
Mid-game?
And I thought I was getting close to the end. So,
You liking it?
oh, dude, it is so fucking good. It is so good. Like, in
I
my
just
opinion,
need a-
it's the game of the year. In my opinion, it's game of the year.
Man, I wish they really just like released it on PC. I mean, I understand why they did it, but like now I just gotta wait and avoid
Or you could
spoilers.
stop being lazy and just buy a PS5.
Can't, dude. I would have been okay buying a PS5, but like since my hot water tank broke and I had to spend $2,300,
Yeah, I'll do it.
I was like, okay, well, no PS5, I guess I'll go back to a PS2 era. Just play Final Fantasy X. Be like, well, I'm playing a Final Fantasy game. I guess it counts.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. I love the battle system. All the negative reviews that you're seeing from people are people that are putting on accessories that make you automatically dodge and just auto attack. So they're just lazy and suck at the game. Is pretty much it. So
I heard that's how they adjusted the difficulty. Was just like they got items, but I was just like, you don't need to wear it. Just don't put it on. You
Yeah.
know, if you want the challenge, then fucking you'll have the challenge.
yeah,
It's just like, hey, equip this and go through the entire game and only hit one button. Like that does not sound fun. I mean, I guess if you just want the story and you don't really care about the combat system, but like that's not why we play games, is it?
no.
Like, I mean, it's part of the reason. Main reason is story. Secondary though, and kind of, I don't even want to say secondary because like it's really all about the gameplay. But the story can be so good that gameplay will take a second, like, will be secondary compared to the story. For instance, love Metal Gear Solid. Nothing wrong with that gameplay. But let's face it, the story is way better than the gameplay.
Oh yeah, like it is a cinematic game.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
So I get that.
Like they
Oh.
what?
Did you see what they had for the Steam sale this summer?
Which game? There's a lot.
Mortal Kombat 10, 90% off, dude.
I think I already have it, to be honest.
I got that plus Injustice for $10.
Yeah, that's been a combo sale for a long fucking time. Every time I see it, it's like 95% off. Get both games for $5. I'm like, these are. I mean, one of these is a really good game.
Yeah.
Why is this $5? But yeah, so they brought back like monster hunts and like a hunt board in Final Fantasy 16, and I did a ranked hunt, and I almost died. Like
Yeah.
I almost died, and it was intense, but I got 6,000 experience points from it and leveled up, so I'm not gonna complain.
I need to go back and just play 15 all the way through.
Yeah, I'll eventually go and actually play the game, but that game was like the only way you made money was doing quests, and that was it.
Yeah, it's just like you had to do side missions. You have to if you want money.
And that bothered me.
Why? I mean, you just wanted to steal money off a boar. Why does a
Yeah,
boar have $1,000? You know,
exactly. I want to kill this monster and sell its parts for money.
that would have made more sense. Could you imagine like the next game we play, you have to like kill a chocobo and then go to a butcher and sell like the meat and stuff like that, or you collect the weapons from the guards and stuff that you killed and massacred to a blacksmith so they can melt it down, and that's how you make your money and your weapons.
I mean, I'd play it.
I'd play it.
I'd play it. Yeah, and since you're now dabbling in bass, I bought the part too, and I'm also now trying to play bass because, I mean, my dad's a bassist, so I should be able to learn.
So like, funny story. My brother, who's a musician, he's actually like an attorney down in Miami. But before he did that, he is a musician. He still plays in a band, but it's not like, a world tour type of thing. Um, he plays drums, and I was just like, well, maybe he knows somebody who knows about bass. I did not know this. I found out from my mom later that he got into music playing bass. The first instrument he learned was bass. He just moved over to drums. So when he heard that I was like uh, looking at getting a bass, he's just like, "Oh, I'll look for you" and stuff like that. So he started looking at basses, and he was gonna send me a link. I got a text today from him, and he says, "Hey, what's your address?" And I'm just like, "This," and he's just like, "Cool, I bought you a bass." he just fucking straight up bought me a bass.
So, this is gonna be real awkward. I did not know you had a brother.
Oh, yeah.
You have never mentioned said brother to you in all the years that I've known you. You have not once mentioned a brother or sister. Not once.
Do you want to get mind blown real quick?
Oh, dear God.
I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
What the fuck, Eric?
I am the youngest.
Oh, listen, to the people that watch this shit, I've known Eric since probably 2014. He's brought up his parents. He's talked about his parents. Not once since I've known this jackass that he's brought up that he's had any siblings. Any.
Yeah. I'm the youngest by a lot. I think
so am I.
Like a 15-year separation.
My closest sibling to me in age is my sister, and she's 9 years older than me. And my brother is 10, and then my oldest sister is 15.
So, the reason I don't talk about my brother and sister is because by the time I was actually like old enough to have memories, they had already moved out and like gone to college and stuff. Because by the time I was like 6 or 7, they're now in their 20s. You know what I mean? So like they're not at home. So it's just like, oh, okay. And since I'm the only, like, they're both half brothers, half sisters. I got a brother and sister from my mom's side, brother and sister on my dad's side. So if they're visiting me, like, they hardly ever visit me. The only time that I've seen them is when I was working at Disney, and they, like, hey, can you guys into the parks? And I was like, yep,
sure
I can do that.
I guess I could say yes because you're a sibling. Sure.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, yeah, no. I mean, I like him and stuff like that. We get along. It's not like we don't get along or anything.
I mean, one of them just bought you a bass, so I hope you like.
Well, I mean, I'm not like super close, right, where I call him every day or anything, but like that doesn't mean that I don't like him or anything. So like I said, my brother is an attorney out in Miami, and then my sister lives out in Puerto Rico. So it's like I never really see them. They live super far away from me. Even when I was in Orlando, it's not like it was a easy drive to Miami.
Yeah, that's like a 4 hour fucking drive.
Yeah,
Like fuck that.
yeah. And then on my dad's side, they're all out of state too. So I was just like, okay, and so I just don't talk about them. There was no reason to talk about them.
So
I didn't. I know that you have like what, a brother and two sisters or something?
yeah, I have a brother and
Yeah.
two sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like funny story since we're both starting to learn the bass. My dad has a replica Paul McCartney bass, a Hofner bass.
Okay.
And so my dad has like three basses and he's making one right now. And so he doesn't use that one that often, so I took it from his bedroom and like I started using Rocksmith. Um and I left it down here. He texts me, tries calling me at work. Uh, and so like I'm talking to a resident, so I ignore it. And then I look at the voicemail and I could tell that he was like asking about his bass. So I sent him a text, "Yes, your bass is downstairs." I come home from work and my mom's like, "Hey, so did you know that your dad was freaking out that someone came into the house and stole the bass?" And he was like thinking about calling the cops before even asking you where his bass possibly went. I'm like, "No, he didn't." And she's like, "Yeah, he was freaking out." He's like, he thought someone came into the house and stole his bass. And I'm like, "No, I just
They
took it
only
down."
stole the base.
Yeah, I mean, that bass is worth like 12 to $2,000. So,
Oh, I believe it. I believe
um,
it.
so he has a bass down here, and he's had it there like purposely tempting me to learn. But I hate the fucking color of the bass so much that I don't want to use it.
You know, I didn't know what kind of bass I wanted to like actually buy, so I went down to the library and I just borrowed a bass from them. Right,
Yeah,
because they have like instruments and stuff that you can check out to learn and whatnot. So I just picked up one, and that one sucks. And it has nothing to do with it being like being passed around in the library or anything. It's just it's a Thunderbird bass,
yeah,
which is it's an okay bass. I don't think it's the best bass to learn on because it's like 10 fucking pounds, and I'm just like it's so goddamn heavy, so fucking heavy.
yeah. Well,
But I got
uh, I'm gonna go grab my dad's bass. Well, not the other one, the one I hate.
okay.
So
Okay.
talk.
I so I got Rocksmith right from Steam, and I installed it and I tried to use it, and I got to the part where like I could use it, but for whatever reason the audio on it is crap, and it's playing like I have no volume control over it, and it's just like crackling and everything. Dude, that bass is sick,
I
bro.
hate the color of it.
So what?
I hate the color of it. But I'm gonna just use it because I don't want to scare my dad again with his actual like replica bass.
Dude, it's a hollow body too.
Yeah.
So that's probably like what, 5 pounds, if that.
Oh yeah, it's very light. He added this. He added this
Hold
one.
on, hold on, hold it straight. Let me see that. Okay, all right.
so
Damn, dude, that thing is fucking sick. I
so I'll,
would totally learn on that.
so I'll probably be using this one for now on. I just hate the color of it, but it's whatever. I'm gonna have to use the tuning. So that's weird that the audio didn't work for you because like my biggest issue was it was so for some fucking reason Rocksmith doesn't have like a settings for you to go in and change the
Yeah,
size.
you have to go into the display and change the resolution from 150% to 100% in order to get it to full screen.
Well, I just used F11, which just changed the size of the screen.
I guess you could do that too. I should have just fucking hit F11.
So
I was
that's
just
what.
like, why? I I thought I had other issues because on top of that, I was also getting crackling,
Yeah.
and I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
But yeah, I'm gonna keep up with it since you're like I'll also have you being asking me about it, so like it'll help me keep going with it. So I'm gonna keep up with it. I also bought like the Paramore song pack too, so like once I eventually get decent enough that I can play, like I'll have a little bit more songs than whatever they have.
I've been using Musician, and Musician is fucking phenomenal.
I have that app. I downloaded a long before you even thought about like playing bass. Like I downloaded it. Like I've had it downloaded for like who knows how long.
Well, why
So
haven't you like used it at all?
so here's the thing. I'm fat and lazy, and yeah,
Yeah, well, I'm also fat and lazy.
yeah. But
I
like
will say I am not a
motivation.
fan. Yeah, motivation's a big thing. I will say that like $15 a month is a bit steep,
Yeah, when I could just use Rocksmith.
right? But Rocksmith doesn't like it. I feel like the learning experience was better on Musician because I did get it to play. It just sounded like shit.
See, it sounded fine on mine. You know what the
I'll have
thing
to
is
try it.
that we're using a bass, and you should probably have the bass up on your fucking speakers, Eric.
It's not that, dude. It's not that.
It's not that. It's not that. You're just using a bass without your bass on.
No, my bass is on. It is on when I'm using the when I'm playing
Okay.
the bass.
Okay.
It's just
I thought you were
I'm
playing.
telling you,
I thought
I
you were playing
tried
without the bass on.
everything. I tried everything that day. I was just like, is it projecting to a different speaker? I thought maybe it's playing out like the TV speakers, or I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I would just like, I stayed for like an hour, and you know me, I was just going through menus of shit. And I was just like, whatever, I'll fucking figure it out eventually. And then what, while I was looking for that, that's when I found the musician stuff, and I was like, oh, let me try it out. And I tried that, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm using this. To me, it was better, at least for the learning aspect. And then once I learn, I'll I'll make a different PC. It'll be my bass guitar PC.
Yeah, it was just the way they like for me so far the way that they explained it in Rocksmith it was pretty good for me learning wise, so I think I'm just gonna stick with it for right now and see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then if anything, I'll switch over to musician, or finally have my dad not just jam out when I ask him about tips when it comes to playing the bass, because that's what originally happened. So when the house I grew up in, I finally asked my dad to like, I think I was like 13, and I asked him like, hey, like I want to learn bass, teach me. He's like, all right, let's go down to the basement. I'm like, we'll go. I'll show you how. I'll tell you about it. He told me like this one little like thing to help me play, and it was the silliest fucking thing, at least to me. He like it was like just like a few chords to play, and that was it, and didn't go over anything else. And then he just started fucking jamming out the whole fucking time. I was like, geez, thanks, Dad. This helps me out so fucking much. So I gave up on it for a while. It was like almost 20 years I gave up on it. So, but then you're like, yeah, I think I'm picking up bass. I'm like, well, I have plenty of bass guitars around the house. I might as well join you
Yeah, I
in this
had no
endeavor.
idea that I had no idea that your dad was a bassist or that my brother it was a bassist. So I was just like, okay, well this works out.
Well, one of my close friends here in Massachusetts, he's a musician, and like he has several fucking guitars. So I might eventually just ask him to borrow one of his guitars and be like, "Hey, can I borrow this while I learn guitar after I learn bass?"
See, that was my thing. I tried to learn guitar because I have a guitar.
Yeah,
I don't remember where I got it. I know it was in Florida. But anyway, I got a guitar.
I remember that actually.
Yeah,
I don't remember why you had one either.
but either way, I have a guitar, but I can't maneuver my fingers in a way to play chords very nicely.
Yeah.
And I know that's just a practice thing, but I practiced for like a year and it always sounded like shit.
Well,
If
you
I
know,
played individual strings, I was fine, or maybe two or three strings. But it was just like it's just form like doing weird technique things with your fingers that I couldn't do every time.
Well, maybe with learning bass, you can switch back over and it'll be easier.
Maybe. I mean, bass. I was just like, oh, if it's just like plucking one or two strings at the same time, I could probably do that. But like, I don't know. It was just not even just the hand maneuvers. But I'm doing okay. I played Wingman, the Top Gun song. It was one of the things, and I fucking jammed out to it. I was just like, hell yeah! Missed a few notes here and there, but I most of it was there. I was like, oh shit, sounds pretty cool. So I'm getting there.
I'm nowhere near that level to be even able to do that. Like, I need to go through the lessons and shit and then start trying. Because, like, I'm not using a pick. I'm going to be using my
Yeah,
fingers.
I'm using my fingers as well
So,
because I don't have a pick.
I mean, my dad has plenty of them, but I rather get, like, the calluses built up on my fingertips than.
Honestly, my plucking hand doesn't is not sore. It's my fretting hand that is I need to build calluses on, especially the G string. Giggity.
Yeah.
Anyway, especially the G string, because whenever I push down on it with my pinky, holy fuck! I'm just like, oh cool. It feels like I'm trying to push on a potato peeler, and I'm just like, good god.
Also, why did you never tell me I had a big fucking forehead? What the fuck? I just
My
noticed this.
forehead's not that bad.
Looks fucking massive.
Eh, it's whatever. Most of the time, you have your hair like hung down, like just like this.
Well, now my hair's doing this like 90s fucking hair look where like it splits here and goes this way. Like
I think the look you're looking for is called the Vegeta. It's doing the Vegeta.
like my hair does whatever the fuck it wants. It is curly now. Like my hair is curly and like over here and like I don't I don't know when that happened.
You
Don't
should
know
just
when
get a
that happened.
mohawk.
Yeah, I don't think my job would accept that to be honest with
Oh,
you.
you have a dress code.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think we really abide by it to be fair.
Yeah, better not to have a reason,
Like
right?
I'm probably pushing it right now as it is with my hair as it is at the length, because like I got away for so long with how long my beard was. Like my beard was at least 3 or 4 inches when it
Were
when it
they
was.
saying something
No, like
about
I
the
was
beard?
getting compliments on my beard actually. Like the residents were like, "Ah, your beard's really nice and long. It looks good." And I'm like, "Thanks." Now they're complimenting me on my hair. Hi, Rebecca.
She is downstairs yelling at the dog who is barking at everything that walks by
Sounds about
because
right.
dogs.
Dogs. What can you say? You know.
At first, I thought we just like had a racist dog because like she would bark at like every black person that walked by, and then I realized she was barking at everybody. I was like, oh no, I'm the racist. I thought my dog. Like, what is happening?
So, how was? Did you do anything on your On the 4th of July, did you do anything?
Yeah, I ate a few hot dogs and a burger, and one of those made me sick, but I'm not sure
Dude,
which.
I got sick too. What the fuck? So, like, I got sick too, but I had to. So, but my dad got hurt, and I had to take him to the ER, and he had to get stitches. But while I was at the,
We'll come back to that. All right, continue your story.
so like, I got like, I think I'm saying I got food poisoning because literally right when we got to the hospital, my stomach was like, "You need to go," and I'm
like,
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 I'm gonna be here for.
like, oh god.
I'm like, nope, I gotta hold it in. So I'm holding it, and then I'm like, I went to one of theirs. I'm like, where's the bathroom? And they're like, right over there. And I'm like, all right, I go in there. Probably the most unsanitized bathroom I've ever been in. At a
I
fucking
mean,
hospital.
it's an ER hospital bathroom. Yes. Yes, it is.
Um, yeah.
You're
So
now pregnant, by the way.
I thought, I thought I flushed the system. As I was driving home, my stomach's like, no, you're gonna have to go again. And I'm like, oh fuck, okay. So as I'm driving to work, my stomach goes, hey, guess what, pal? You're gonna have to go again. And I'm like, what the fuck? Throughout the
It's a
whole,
race.
yeah, throughout the whole night it was brutal. Like I felt bad for my coworker. I'm like, dude, I'll be right back. I'll be right
I
back,
got to
man.
the point where I was like, "What do you want from me? There's nothing inside me anymore.
I was
Everything
like,
is gone."
there's no way I can keep going. Like, I'm like, sir, there's no way, sir, there's nothing left in there. Leave me alone. And then
Oh my god.
I get home from work, and my stomach's like, hey, buddy, and I'm like, no, I want to sleep. So then I woke up the next day. I felt better, and as I'm getting ready to like leave to go to work, I just started like my body started feeling weak. I felt like I was getting sick, like a fever and shit. So at work, I was not doing hot.
At least it was the next day, dude. I started feeling better today. Literally this morning.
Well, no, like, I mean, if you think about it, that's the same thing with me. Like the fourth was a Tuesday. Didn't start feeling better until
Yeah.
today. So, but yeah, so my dad, so my mom had, there's no way they watch any of this, so it doesn't matter. My mom had a little bit too much to drink, and she leaned back in our wooden dining room table chairs. She went down with the chair and landed on my dad's leg. Chair snapped and sliced my dad's leg open.
Oh,
Yeah, he had to get 3 internal
that's
stitches and I think 13 or 14 external stitches. So, yeah. So that's why he had to go to the ER. And that's when I discovered I got food poisoned by whatever the fuck they cooked.
yeah. I don't know what got me.
No one else got sick. It was just me.
Oh, then it's probably just a hospital thing, honestly. Because I feel like I was the only one who
I
got
wore
sick
a
too.
mask. I wore a fucking mask the whole time I was there.
Huh. Wow. How was your date?
I went on a date. Remind me?
I just saw a text to the the game squad.
Oh shit, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, it's
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
That's
Hasn't happened
tomorrow.
yet. Okay, okay,
I was
okay.
like, did I go on? I'm like, me and Nicole went to a concert, but nothing happened there. I'm
I just
like,
saw. I thought that was like that same day, so I was like, okay,
I'm
okay.
like, well, Eric's probably not gonna see this, and I'll eventually probably talk to him about it. No, I'm going to a Red Sox game tomorrow, so I will
Oh,
not be
okay.
online.
Yeah, it's fine. I gotta go to fucking Home Depot to figure out what to. Dude, we can't keep plants alive.
Are you sure it's not user error? Are you sure it's not user error there, bud?
I was just like, well, these are hydrangeas, right? So like, they're supposed to just they're all year plants. They will wither and stuff like that during the winter, and then come back during the spring and summer and whatnot. But these plants, they're just they don't like us, man. The weeds, on the other hand, fucking grow like nothing. I got
Maybe they're
clovers all
racist.
over the place.
Maybe they're
The,
racist.
maybe yeah, but
Because
the clovers, dude, I
I
got
mean, you're
4 leaf clovers,
Hispanic.
4
You
leaf
got
clovers, 3
weeds.
leaf clovers all over the place. And then what else? Oh,
Oh God, what happened? What'd you do? Why?
I have a bow.
Why?
Um,
Why do you have a bow?
I also want to learn archery, dude. You've never wanted to shoot a bow.
No,
You're
I
gonna look at
have.
me
I
and say that
have
you never
actually.
wanted to shoot a bow.
I have, but I don't think you realize how difficult it is.
You want to know how I got that bow? Because you'll laugh. It's a funny story. It's a great story.
Oh God, how'd you get the bow, Eric?
You know how I ordered the Rocksmith cable?
Yeah.
I also forgot that was in my cart.
Well, so I ordered a pizza last night, a small cheese pizza. A small buffalo chicken finger pizza actually. Um, and they also accidentally gave me a small cheese pizza too. So I'm
Really?
having a small cheese pizza tomorrow. I mean tonight. What?
Uh, my cat's sneezing. Okay, she's fine.
She's licking herself now.
Well, yeah, that bed looks like it's gonna fall.
Oh, God,
I can't. If I touch that bed, she like scratches the shit out of me. So whatever, gravity will help.
So Kitty still hates you?
No, Kitty likes me. It's just if I mess with her bed while she's on it, she's like, "Stop it!" And I was like, "I understand," because I know if I'm sleeping and somebody starts messing with my sheets, I get kind of like fight stabby as well. You know.
Oh,
So
I ordered a custom controller. Actually, I'm sending in this one to get customized.
okay.
I didn't realize. So I paid for shipping and handling on the website, but I guess that's for them to send it back to me, not to also include me sending it out. So that's why
Um,
it's taking me so long to send it out to these people. But I also need to grab a magic eraser and get rid of some of the like the wear and tear particles on there. Not wear and tear, but just like me holding it constantly. So, because they're like, make sure it's clean. Well, okay, jeez. So, gonna send that out. It's gonna look completely different. It's gonna be black and gold,
that'll be nice.
and it's gonna have back paddles on it too. Mainly got that actually for Apex Legends. That's the main reason why I got it. But
Oh, you play with controller?
yeah,
You play on a PS5 for Apex,
yeah.
don't you?
I mean,
Okay,
when I play on PC, I'm playing against fucking people that are doing crazy movements, and I don't want. You know, this is why I'm gonna say this. I don't want to hear PC players bitching about people using controller when they're using mouse and keyboard.
who bitches about people
Mouse and
using controller?
keyboard players bitch about people using controller. They're like,
Why?
"Oh, you get aim assist and stuff." I'm like, "You use a fucking mouse.
I
You're
mean,
not
aim
gonna have
assist.
any recoil. Shut the fuck up."
Oh, we get recoil. We have to like maneuver our mouse.
Yeah,
But I
but
will say, aim assist isn't that bad. Like I would rather use mouse and keyboard than get aim assist, unless it's fucking Call of Duty aim assist. Because Call of Duty aim assist was just like aiming at the shoulder, headshot. Aiming at the chest, headshot. Aiming at the foot, headshot. Like it just goes to the head almost
yeah,
instantly. I was
that's
like,
not
okay,
Apex Legends. Mine
yeah,
made me die. I
your
got killed
aim assist.
because this guy didn't realize what he was doing or big brain played me, and like I knocked someone and I was aiming at the other person, and he ran by the guy I knocked, and my aim assist went off of the guy that I was shooting to go to the person that was still knocked down.
I know you don't play this game, but I was playing Destiny 2.
I
And I
used to. I don't know why you said that. We used to play.
okay, we
I
used to play
used
all the
to
time.
play.
I'm still playing it, and I tried a Crucible match, and the funniest fucking thing that happened to me. So, I obviously in most PvP games or matches, you start off on one side of the map, the other team starts off on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
So I accidentally switched to my rocket launcher, launched a rocket, and I was like, son of a bitch. And like when I was switching back to my primary gun, I also hit my Q because you know Q is so close to fucking one. And I I did my grenade, which for the current class that I have, it's a grappling hook. So I grappled the fucking rocket. It launched me to the other side of the map. And I was like, oh no. And literally as I was getting close, like I saw the enemy, I hit my melee button and killed everybody. And I was like, this was the greatest move I ever did. And I killed myself. I killed myself too, don't get me wrong. Like I died, but it was totally worth it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And everybody on my team was just like, "Oh, big brain, big brain!" Like, yeah, no, it was an accident.
It was very much luck. I'm gonna be honest here. It was very
Oh,
much luck.
I could not recreate it if I tried. I couldn't. I actually have tried. I've launched the rocket and then hit Q to like grab it, and I would miss, or it would pull me in a different direction. It never happened again. I was just like, okay, whatever. I should have recorded it. I wish I had the screenshot stuff. Whatever.
But yeah, I haven't watched any anime at all. Like, I mean,
Dude,
I've been too busy. Like, I went on a Scream kick and I watched all the Screams. Um, Ray,
Jujutsu Kaisen season 2
yeah.
just released. So I'm
Blue
probably
Lock
gonna watch
season
that at some
2
point.
is going on too.
Next season it's Shield Hero season 3.
Still mad about the second season, so.
Yeah, but fuck
But
it.
Blue Lock
Oh, I
season
don't
two
have it on here.
started.
I was fucking Crunchyroll not on my phone.
Blue Lock season two started. So
Has it?
yeah, I don't know
I,
if the
I
dub has come out yet though. I'm gonna have to look.
okay. I'll probably wait for that to get dubbed and because I've been watching most of my anime at work, so I'm listening to it rather than like reading. But there was another one that I was watching and I can't remember the fucking name of it, but it's on my Crunchyroll list and I wanted to tell you about it because it is fucking awesome. And season 2 just came out and it is the only reason I even know about the anime because it was just like, oh, season 2 of this, and I was just like, well, I haven't even seen season 1, so let me watch season 1 and see if I like it. Fucking I binged it in like 3 days, and I'm just like, I can't wait to start season 2, but I can't start it at work because there's some episodes that I'm like, I shouldn't have this on my fucking iPad. I'm like, God no.
Oh,
Like,
it was wasn't it oh my Hell's Paradise?
Hell's Paradise is another one that I shouldn't be watching at work, but that one's not as bad. This one, it was just like, um,
Is it High School DxD bad or
it's an isekai, all right?
okay?
Like, because most of the animes that I fucking like are isekais now, and it's about a 35-year-old who just like died,
Oh,
obviously.
you're talking about Mushi something. He gets reincarnated as like the strongest mage or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I started.
Okay,
I was on. I'm on like episode 5 of season 1. But
okay. It gets
I'm
real
gonna be
fucking good.
honest. I can't stand how perverted the kid is.
Oh, and
Like,
he tones down, but it never goes away. Let me
also,
rephrase that. It gets worse,
I
but he
started
also tones
watching that
down.
at work. I started watching that at work, and I had to stop because I'm like, his mom is getting nailed right now. Oh, and now the assistant is pregnant or whatever. Oh,
Oh,
Jesus
dude,
Christ!
that's such a funny episode. That episode where he was just like, "Oh, she had no choice in the matter. Dad said if you don't like it, you can get out." And oh, dude, Paul is hilarious. That whole
So
family's fucked up. But
yeah, I'm at the episode in the first season when he's about to go traveling with the girl that's barely wearing anything, like the captain, like he's about to leave his town with it, like leave his
oh,
mom and
okay, yeah,
dad.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he's teaching her right now, right?
His friend. Yeah, he's teaching his friend, the elf girl, or whatever.
Okay, I think I know where you're at. Anyway, it gets wild, right? Like the pervertedness, it gets worse and better. So like it's not as often because right now it just feels like it's constant perversion all the time. So they make the length of it shorter, but way fucking worse. So instead of like, I don't want to say too much because we're on YouTube and everything, but instead of like, oh, maybe I could sneak a peek, right, in his head, it goes, but like him doing that every 2 minutes to maybe once an episode, he'll be like, I'm gonna just pinch this nipple. Like, whoa! Like, okay, he got worse, but it's not as often. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
So it's just like, holy shit.
um,
But the action gets once the action. Damn, I can't say anything because you're not there yet.
well, I mean,
Once the
I've
action
seen some of the
happens,
scenes for the action, and that's why I want to like get there. But like,
yeah.
man, it is rough. If like,
Once they meet a certain character, the story like just really good. I really like the world's like magic system.
See,
That's
there's a Chinese web novel that I'm reading that I absolutely love its magic system.
yeah.
Like it is, in my opinion, it's really good. So like it deals with like for them to learn magic, you have to awaken the element, like what element you want, and there's lightning, fire, earth, water, light, which is just kind of like holy magic, kind of actually. Um, plant, chaos, undead, um, curse. There's like so many elements, but you don't learn more. Like there's a space element, and you don't learn more about it. But like when you unlock your element, you have to connect like a star path. So like the first one, you have to connect 7 stars for you to be able to use that spell. And then once you get like good with that first tier spell, you get to a second tier, which is still 7 stars, and then a third tier. And once you learn all that, you have to try to break through from the basic level to the intermediate, that goes to not a nebula, it might be a nebula, and then that's 49 stars for you to connect to its next for that spell. And then when you're an advanced magician, it goes to like 249 stars. And then there's a super magician, it's even more stars you have to connect. And I really like that. Like it makes it more difficult, and it makes it make sense. Where instead it's like, oh, you just learned the spell. I'm gonna just instantly do it.
I will say that like with them saying that the main character is the strongest magician, he is not.
I
And
figured.
I feel like they they did such a good job because he was a genius as a kid, right? And
Yeah,
he's clearly very strong and really good at magic. And he gets to this point where now he's stagnant, and he's stagnant because no one can teach him anything. Like he's already great as a spellcaster. So like how is he going to get better? He has to figure it out on his own. And then there's a particular fight that happens later on that you was just like, "Oh shit." Even though he is like the best at what he does, there is such a gap between him and the person that he fights that it was like I it's ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Like I'm trying to give an example without giving too much away. Main character, person B. I don't want to say anything other than this. Right? Person B is like, "Hey, do you know
the Muffin Man.
blah blah blah, the Muffin Man, right?" And then he was like, "Oh, yeah." He didn't even finish the word yes, and he was like, "Bam!" on the fucking floor, and it was like, "Oh, okay." That was it. And then you realize how much of a gap there is between these two. So there's obviously room for growth. But man, watch that anime. It's fucking good. Not at work, but watch that
I
anime.
know that dude, that's the toughest thing with animes now. It's like,
Yeah,
is this safe for work, or am I
it's
about to
not.
see a bunch of titties popping out?
Yes, yeah, you are. I mean, there's not. I mean, there's no nudity or anything like that. But the fucking nature of that anime, it is. Unless you
I'm
got
just talking
headphones
about
in.
I'm talking about anime in general. Like
Yeah, no, I'm
you have
talking
to
about anime
be
in general too.
you have to be
Yeah,
you have to be worried. Like
yeah.
if I could,
Somebody looking over your shoulder? Better not.
like
But
holy fuck. Like I'm
yeah,
well, I mean, I want to continue watching the new Mobile Suit Gundam anime. That's what I want to continue.
my
I
buddy was watching that at work today.
So that's one I need to continue. I mean, there were several that I started watching that I need to continue. But oh, and then now I'm watching all the Mission Impossibles because I never watched them before, and the new one's coming out, and then my buddy wants to go see the new one, So I'm like, yeah, I'll go watch it with you. He's like, well, we need to watch all of them. So I've been watching all of them. He hasn't even started yet, and I got one more left to watch.
Nice. They're pretty good movies.
Yeah, I'm just not a big Tom Cruise guy, to be honest.
All right.
But
Well,
I've been enjoying them. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look at Crunchyroll and see what I want to watch and stuff. But I haven't
dude,
checked in a
like
while.
I feel like we're gonna have so much to watch between now and like next season. It's kind of ridiculous. There's a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, I also just need to catch up on My Hero Academia, and like I was so far ahead on the manga that I just like stopped watching. And now I'm behind on both. I'm behind on both. I think the anime just caught up to where I was on the manga. So,
I feel like for My Hero, I'm just gonna wait for the season to finish so I can binge it to the next. 'Cause I can't. It's worse than Dragon Ball, right? Like at least Dragon Ball, like every other episode was a cliffhanger, but I feel like My Hero, every episode's a fucking cliffhanger.
see
So I'm just like, fuck it.
the issue for me right now is that I get impatient, so I'll read the manga and I'll either finish the manga or I'll catch up to where they're at and then like not keep up with it. That's what's happened to me. Like I finished all of Demon Slayer. I know season 3 I think is actually about to end for Demon Slayer. Um and then I caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen on the manga and now I'm behind on that, but I can just watch the anime. Um and then I caught up on My Hero Academia, and then I stopped keeping up with that, and I think I'm like 100 chapters behind now. I think.
Hmm.
And then what the fuck is it called? Black Clover. That's the only one that I've kind of really kept up with. Like I think I'm now only like 10 chapters behind. So I gotta just like go and catch up on that shit.
Mm.
But anime,
I
I'm
haven't seen
so far
anything from
behind.
Black Clover in a while. I want them to finish up. I mean, I already know that Demon Slayer is finished up, but I kind of want to watch it, and not read the manga.
Yeah, I'll probably want to watch it for the fights, to be honest. That's about it. But man, I didn't like the ending to Demon Slayer. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was rushed. It felt
Okay, well,
rushed.
don't tell me because I haven't seen it, and I don't want to
Yeah.
get spoiled.
Well, apparently Seven Deadly Sins is just continued. Like I read the manga and they're like, that's it. There's not gonna be a sequel, and then there is a sequel. To
I mean, to be fair, if I
be
had a
fair.
story that was complete, to be fair, if I had a story that was complete and I was like, all right, that's it, it's over. And then somebody's just like, what if we gave you a few $1 million? And like, did I say it was over? I meant that season was over. Like, I will sell out in a heartbeat for a few $1 million.
Well, I mean, Hunter x Hunter is continued.
Who's starting that? Is he better now?
I don't know if he's better, but he's continued.
Oh, okay. Well, you know,
Yeah,
it is what it is. Um, Maybe we're running out of stuff, so I feel like we should end it here so we don't like.
yeah. I need to use the bathroom, to be honest, before we go and join Ben. Honestly, the next episode we should just get Ben on and just talk to him.
Yeah,
Dude, the
I'm down
dude
for
is
that.
so full of Dark Soul, just Souls in general knowledge that we could probably talk a whole hour of him just talking about Dark Souls and probably Elden Ring. That's another game we need to continue is Elden Ring.
Oh man, if I wonder, can we have 3 people in Elden Ring? Can I
If we
like
have
3 of us?
if we yes, I think we can. If we have 3 people and they invade us, there's no way that like they'll kill us, but they won't kill Ben. Good luck killing Ben.
Exactly.
like
All
like
right. Well, I think we should end here, and then we'll see you guys next week. Sorry, this is we'll be more consistent. We probably won't do one this Sunday unless. Are you free Sunday?
I mean, I'm free all day Sunday, but I mean, it would be kind of ridiculous to put out an episode another like the next day, pretty much.
Okay. Sundays. We'll record on Sundays. We'll either upload them on Sunday or a Monday. So,
Yes, exactly. Like I'm gonna
okay.
upload this one just because like I want to get something out there for you guys just to watch and enjoy. Um, like it's gonna this episode's just gonna be called just chatting because that's what we did. But I know you guys didn't like the Diablo stuff because that only had like 6 views, 8 views. But that could also be because we haven't been consistent. So you guys are just don't want to give us the views because we haven't been consistent. But we're gonna get back to it. We're gonna get back to being consistent. But the other thing is just to remind everyone, like normal life comes at you. Like IRL shit happens. Like me and Eric both have depression. You don't know when that like you're gonna have something that hits.
Yeah.
Like something can just set it off, and you don't know what it like. And even if you don't know what it is, it could set you off, and you just don't want to do anything. And that shit happens. Like that shit's real life, people. Like it happens. I feel like it happens to me a lot. It hasn't been happening to me recently, so I'm in a good place right now. So we're gonna get this shit going again. So I hope you guys stick with us, pretty much.
All right, thanks for watching. Be excellent to one another.
And fucking party on.